Aura-PH are great at that as well. So with the two lineups that we have here, I'm having a little bit of a hard time deciding for myself who has a better advantage with taking objectives.
Objectives wise, this is weird, but I'm gonna say I think it's quite even. But Aura-PH will, if they are the first ones to be in position, they definitely will have more advantage, especially in Turtles and Lords. I want to say though, they have to be careful because of the vision game that the Popol and Kupak can provide. When it comes to like the blunt force damage, like if it's a head-on collision, I want to say Aura-PH will get the upper hand when it comes to objectives. But when they are outsmarted and outwitted by positioning from BREN Esports, it's gonna be difficult for them.
And interesting, at what we're seeing on the map here, JP gonna be rocking that support role, Jawhead, taking over there for Raflesia in what he usually does with his position. As you mentioned there, Lusty is gonna be rocking the Popol and Koopa with the Avarice. Do you think he's gonna follow the same build path as Venus, picking up the, I believe he picked up the
Molten Essence.
Molten Essence
the
Thunderbelt eventually.
It makes a lot of sense. I think when it comes to the playstyle, especially of BREN Esports, they also love the poke kind of strategy. So that is very much possible to get the Molten Essence into the Thunderbelt. And they don't really need that much tankiness because what they can do is to juggle their opponents. I think that's one thing that we can take note of BREN Esports. They have so many mobility tools along their heroes so that they can juggle the Aura-PH's bursts, if ever.
And now we're seeing a rotation here by Aura-PH. Going to be really aggressive. Rebo really low. Lusties might get caught out here. The ejector toss stops him from getting away. And I think this is first blood going to the hands of Aura. How good is it that they got to window down a member of BREN Esports right away?
Yeah, it would have been perfect if it was Rebo that they were able to take down, but Lusty read through that and just defended his mate. He died because of that, but at least it's gonna give a little bit of advantage to Rebo. Now he's playing against Benny-QT.
Yeah, Benny-QT might want to change his name to Creed because he's doing everything he can just to try to get a kill onto Rebo, risking everything for nothing. So what could have been a great start for him with already one kill, he also has to add one death.
Oh my goodness. Aura-PH, really. That was, I would say, a greedy play coming up from Benny-QT, right? And he just said it. Then again, he was outplayed. I think Rebo knew exactly the range of the Esmeralda. Do take note, Rebo is also one of the better Esmeralda players in the league right now. So he knew exactly the range the Stardust Dance.
Yeah, and Few dancing along with Greed in the mid lane, who Greed gets caught at the commenting lines by the end, but Carl He cannot follow up. Flame shot right there. Cool guys walk away from flame shots, and he was able to get away, but Rebo was the one who gets caught out. Electro final blow used there for the turtle, and the turtle goes to BREN, secured by them. Aura-PH are gonna reset.
The trade was, there was a kill onto the bottom lane of Benny-QT, although it was a 1-for-1 trade-off that maybe Rebo overstayed his welcome because he already was able to get a kill onto Benny-QT with the help of Carl. I think he did not regen up because the smarter thing to do is just to go back to base, recall to base, and just fight the Esmeralda with full HPs once again. Maybe that didn't happen.
Yeah, and JP, let's see if him escaping will happen, and it did. Ultimate's committed by BREN to try to cash him out, but he survives. Now, Benny-QT is at 2-1-0. If Benny-QT can get out of lane first, break that tower first, and start roaming around more frequently, quick answer, will BREN Esports have the right tools to take down this Esmeralda?
Well, not yet. When it comes to timing, no, absolutely not. Because if you're looking at BREN Esports, they don't have the immediate burst. In fact, if you look at their lineup, it's a little bit ramp up in the nature. It's kind of sustained damage.
Yeah, and Few just got tossed up there, but he'll be able to get away. But it's JP who's still one who's going to get shot out there by BREN Esports. So 2 for 2 on the kill board right now. BREN Esports is going to try to find and make a play out of this. Kilowatt gets spotted out there in the show by Flapteezy. He's going to be going up after Ash's Khalid, who uses the Raging Sandstorm to get away with a flicker forward, as well as the stun. Stops Ash from getting away, and that is going to be Few and Flapteezy securing the kill on Khalid.
You know what? A little bit of free will for what I just said. Earlier on, I talked about the juggling potential of BREN Esports, and that is what exactly happened in there. From the kill onto JP to the follow-up kill from again Flapteezy. It was just juggling from BREN Esports. When Aura-PH already threw in their skills and lost their positioning, BREN Esports was quick to punish.
Yeah, and Carl just punishing Aura-PH right now, able to steal away their purple buff, and Greed with the Cyclone Eye able to get away. And now what I'm seeing here from JP is that I'm not sure if he's out of his element, or he's just playing so carefully, knowing that he might walk into a trap, he might get stunned because of the lockdown focus duo you have in mid of Lusty and Few. I can't blame JP. he doesn't have many options. He has to play carefully. Now Rebo, let's see what options he has here. Can he drag this out? Can he survive? Immobilize onto Kilowatt. Rebo will be able to use the flicker to get away, so he's already burned that, and Flowing Blood as well.
Oh man. I think the answer to your question why JP is playing so carefully, I know that they should be playing with the highest level, right? But I think that JP might not be, how do I say this? He might not be as comfortable as Rafflesia is, for example, when it comes to playing the Joy. He might not have the mastery of the hero, right? And apart from that, this Popol and Koopa is just so annoying. That's one thing I want to say about Lusty is that he's very good at playing this hero just because of the positioning and the information that he gets out of the map.
CarlTZ invading the orange side buff of Aura-PH. Few is there nearby to help him out. Great chromatic lance to stop the momentum of Kilowatt for just a bit, and the Raging Sandstorm misses out on CarlTZ. He's going to be 1-on-1 against Kilowatt. K versus K. Let's see if they'll continue it. No, they don't, as Kilowatt uses the second skill to heal up under tower, but he runs into JP. This did CarlTZ. JP's not going to be able to do that much against Carl Benedetto right now, though. Scrappy fights all over the map. Focus on the mid lane. Few and Lusty are going to get spot out there by Greed and BennyQt, who are doing everything they can to make sure that Hades gets his purple buff. And BREN Esports are creeping in with 4 members. I don't think Aura will be able to get this purple buff, so that's another buff taken away from the Claude. But BennyQt goes in there with a Falling Star Moon, chasing after Lusty. CarlTZ tries to keep Lusty alive, and Lusty able to get away, and in the back line, Rebo able to secure a kill there onto the Khalid. Greed, Hades, and JP too far away from the members of Aura, but it's actually Aura who went away with the victory there, securing 2 kills against BREN.
Oh, this is a nice clash from both teams. I want to say Aura-PH with a better timing when it comes to the re-engage. BREN Esports, they could have lost more, I want to say, but Few was amazing. He used the ultimate just to lock down the heroes that were chasing the CarlTZ Benedetta, and that was the reason why Aura-PH didn't get more than they could have. If not for the heroics of Few, that would be a disaster for BREN Esports, but Aura-PH, they still won that skirmish, and that I will attribute that to their timing of counter-initiating against BREN Esports.
Yeah, but now the problem for Hades is he doesn't have his purple or orange buff on him, and this turtle has already fought. Let's see if Aura-PH will be able to take this, as BREN Esports are eyeing the second turtle of the game to go to their side again. Kilowatt coming in a little bit too early. He's going to get caught up, but the Few is going to go down and the blazing duet. Not enough to steal that turtle because CarlTZ just got a double kill, and he might go for a triple. He does, he gets it. Let's see if he can get a maniac. Can he take down BennyQt? Will this be a 4K for CarlTZ? And it is the second maniac of Season 7 goes to CarlTZ on the Benedetta.
Now, we were talking about how BREN Esports can manage all of their resources in form of skills as well as their battle spells. They didn't even need to burn some of their flickers, so we can see in the replay how well they juggled. Look at the positioning of Few. He went for the backliners of Aura-PH so that CarlTZ can focus one after the other the members of Aura-PH.
Great objective take, and that instant replay is brought to you by Oppo A94. Experience gaming at full speed with Oppo A94. Get yours now for only 13,999. And CarlTZ, go get that maniac. Let's see that again. Boom! What a play and what an execution there by BREN Esports. Now Aura-PH, the lead has greatly gone to the favor of BREN Esports. What does Aura need to do to come back here?
Well, they needed to clear the way for now. They still have great potential when it comes to the late game because they do have the Claude, they have Kagura that can burst heroes, particularly the supports. They also have the Esmeralda. They also need a better job, I would say, utilizing JP to peel off the members of BREN Esports. Because you know what is happening from the past few skirmishes? It's just BREN Esports juggling everything that Aura is throwing at them. And not only that, BREN Esports are also fighting around objectives. This is one thing that I will want to take note for BREN Esports when you're watching them. They're so good at this. This is why they were champions in M2. Because they know where to fight, when to fight, so that they can make the most out of the map. For example, those victories, those skirmishes that BREN Esports won, it was always around turtle areas, always around those macro objectives. And this is why they're also leading by an immense amount of gold 9 minutes in.
Yeah, and it's even gonna get even larger, the lead here, because that's another purple buff here stolen away from Hades, and Hades has been purple buffless for quite some time now. He
Love it.
at least he got the orange. I mean, at least he held on to that. But this Lord, and this major objective once again is going to go to the side of BREN Esports. And a part of me says, or a part of me really thinks here, that this Popol and Koopa pick really threw off JP and how he can position with this Jawhead.
I completely agree with you. This is BREN Esports. They're showing us how it's done. This is not the first time that they use the Popol and Koopa against all these mobile heroes, all these heroes that kind of depend on controlling the map.
Yes.
And if you mind the minimap from the first minute up until the last, you will notice that JP isn't really comfortable just running around the map just like a normal Jawhead would, right? Because of the Popol and Koopa, the existence of this hero. And look at what he did. He didn't go the Venus route wherein for Molten Essence, he went straight into the Deadly Blade, which is so much valuable against the Esmeralda as well as the Kali, the side laners of Aura. And with both side laners shut down by BREN Esports, their movements and their itemization, it just meant that Claude isn't activated as well. Because you cannot farm with the Claude if your side lanes are weak.
And let's see if Oracle can have a strong defense here as BREN Esports has marched into their base. They're aiming to take down 3 inhibitor turrets or maybe just the middle one. As Few goes in with the Imperial Justice. And the follow-up is there for BREN Esports, but Aura-PH with their minion wave clear, it's keeping this dream alive. They take down Few, they take down Flapteasy, and BREN Esports was only able to get, actually no, they weren't able to get any of the inhibitor turrets there. Was that a little bit of a early engage there by Few, or was that just a great response by Aura-PH?
I want to say it's a combination of both. BREN Esports, they were kind of too focused on taking down Lord Hades. I think the call there was Few was able to just see the Claude and just jump onto the Claude. And you know what? Any other team would have taken that jump because they were able to just fish out where the jungler is from the opponents. And I can't blame BREN too much for that. I think that it was the right idea. But then again, you have to always take note. This is still Aura-PH. They're very good at coming back.
Yeah, and that's a lot of AoE magic damage coming out on the side of Aura. Actually, just AoE in general. So if you're gonna dive under tower, it's not gonna be a long fight because your minion waves are gonna go out really quickly. Now, mid lane and top lane again is gonna be the focus here for BREN. Let's see if Preview's gonna go in. Nope, just using the flowing blood to get a bit more information here. BREN Esports eyeing out the top turret here. Greed is gonna get caught out. Make that JP actually. Electrofine blow already committed, and BREN Esports have dived in. JP has been forced back. Few and BREN Esports have broken down the tower in the top lane. Let's see if BREN can get another one. It looks like they're just waiting for the minion waves, but now, finally, I think that was the play that they wanted to go for earlier.
You know, that was exactly the words that I'm already preparing in my mouth. Yes, this was the idea that BREN Esports wanted to do. They don't really want to overcommit onto getting the kills. All they wanted to do was just fend up Aura, just damage the heroes of Aura so that they cannot be comfortable defending, and then use your Popol and Koopa as well as your long-range artillery just to take down the turret, and that top lane so clean coming out from BREN Esports.
Great execution there. 10,000 though is our gold lead now. The
A lot
clock
of those early game control that BREN Esports were able to get, it just is now piling up in Aura-PH, which is a difficult game already for them.
Yeah, it's close to a 5,000 gold lead for Carl T. He's
Over his
7-0 and 2. Yeah, over Lord Hades.
Oh my
It's-
god.
Oh man, really, you just said it, the early game completely punishing Aura here in the late game. And let's see, what else can Aura-PH do? Try to come back. Carl T takes a lot of damage from Greed. He decides to dodge out of there. They're just preparing, get a little bit more control topside so that they buy a bit more time for themselves to take this Lord. Aura-PH has to play this really smart, or if they don't, it'll be the end of their game. Mobilize on the JP and Haslord already spawned, and look at the amount of damage. I think that just came out from Few even, not just Rebo.
Yeah.
Aura-PH are nearby. See if they can take it. They're gonna go for the wraparound. Few is there with the stop. Chromatic lands, buying time. Aura-PH decide to back out. They stretch out a little bit too far now, and now it's gonna be BREN Esports punishing Aura-PH, but Aura-PH are fighting back. Few gets caught out there, but that's already a killing spree. Gotten by Rebo, double kill by him. Benny Cutie so far from everyone else because all the way in the back, Lord Hades has used the Blazing Duet to try and take out Rebo. The Winter Truncheon keeps him alive, and Lusty is there as well for the assist. Rebo thinking maybe maybe I should not. Benikiti though uses the falling star move, gets smacked in the face by the hero of Mactan, Lapu-Lapu, getting that kill. And with 3 down, I think it's just a few seconds away until we see BREN Esports win this game 1 victory.
Oh man, Aura looks helpless, and even when they tried to go for their best play, I want to say Greed played that wonderfully. That skirmish, were able to just deal so much damage, but again, because of the disparity of the gold, the damage wasn't enough. Afterwards, it's just completely outplay from BREN Esports. What they did was to juggle the members of RPH. I said that word so many times already in this particular game, but that is exactly what happened in that specific skirmish of top lane. Nora PH, they look like they were trying to punch BREN Esports, but they're not reaching. Maybe because imagine, I know there's a reference for that, but Aura PH, they look like a boxer who's just strapped in chains, just punching in the air. They have something to give, but they just can't hit BREN Esports because of how the positioning and timing was well done.
Oh, JP going in though with the flicker, the ejector. Rebo immediately gets deleted, and Aura PH might be able to take down the members of BREN Esports here to hold down and keep this game going. But with the Lord marching in, it's a messy one for BREN. They were surprised by the flicker and the ejector coming in by JP, but no, Aura PH, can they, will they? Yes, they can. The surprise was there. BREN Esports a little bit too busy with the stickers and with the recalls. This game is going to go on a little bit longer now. JP saying, making up for the fact that, okay, I know my early game wasn't that great. It's not my fault though, but oh no, I thought someone help me here as he gets immobilized. But now Benikiti comes in with a falling star, Moon and Kilowatt through the Raging Sandstorm as well. There's 2 members down on the side of BREN Esports. This is bad. Lord Hades chasing after Carl Peasy, using the BMI to get away from that. And the Claude saves himself really close. Now BREN suddenly with Aura PH for the longest time, they couldn't punch. Now they were able to throw some counter punches. But wait,
some of the chains were broken a little bit.
Can someone clear this?
Kilowatt? He'll do it. He knows. Okay.
Ash? Ash? What? Oh my goodness! What did we just see?
Victory!